Okay, old man, you're kneeling down for me. This is Africa, you know what that means. I knelt down too. Yes, let's be kneeling down for each other. Let's kneel each other out. So I knelt down in front of him to kneel to kneel. Let's be looking at each other. Was Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Welcome to another episode of Bar Talk with Ola. I am so thrilled to have you here. Thank you so much. If you're a new viewer, please subscribe to my channel and keep coming because I have more and more interesting gist for you. Bar gist, bar talk. And if you're a returning viewer, thank you so much for your commitment to this channel. It means a lot to me that you come, you view, and I hope you have subscribed. If not, please subscribe to my channel, like my videos, and leave me comments in the comment section. You know, maybe they follow each other talk. Did you watch that my polyglot challenge? You know, I did 4 languages. I'm a pro, man. I'm a pro. I'm as pro as they come. So today I want to tell you about the day that a client and I had to nail each other out. Very funny. You know, these tenancy matters, they can be very interesting. So it was a tenancy matter, you know, landlord tenant, and you know the usual gist and the usual practice, which the usual story is that of a wicked landlord, you know, trying to eject a tenant that has nowhere to go to, or that has not done anything in particular and all of that. But this one was the case of wicked tenants trying to frustrate their landlord. So from the story that we heard at the firm, actually the landlord's father was the owner of the property. He had rented the house to them when he was alive. So they felt that, so now that it's late, you think you is his son, you want to start becoming landlord over us. What do you mean? So, you know, did you read Adewale Maja Pierce's The House My Father Built? Oh my god, that book is so hilarious. I reviewed it on my blog. I'm going to leave the link to the review in the description box. Please read it and grab a copy of that book and read it. Man, it was a story of a London returnee, you know, a UK returnee to be precise. You know, he came back to Nigeria to take possession of the house that his father left him after the father died, you know. And men, the Nigerian tenants, they used his eye to see mwah. In fact, he had to be baptized into what we can call the Nigerian way of life, so that he can now deal with them Nigerian to Nigerian, because he was coming with the UK mind. Oh, it's my property, or I'll just talk to them like civilized people, I'll just give them notice, or I'll just negotiate a different term with them and everything. Man, they showed that guy. So go and read it. So this was a similar case. You know, the tenants were not paying rent for months, and these same tenants, according to one of them, you know, he was one that even told us that this landlord was a very nice person, that they even used to watch football matches in his living room. Can you imagine? With his cable subscription, they watch football matches. They'll be looking at each other like this, eyeball to eyeball, and you won't pay this guy. They were not paying utilities. They were not paying rent. It was so terrible. So the man came to us and said that he wanted to, you know, eject them. So we wrote them ejection notice. You know, in Nigeria, under the tenancy law, if someone is a yearly tenant, you have to give them 6 months notice of eviction. After the 6 months, you give them 7 days notice of owner's intention to recover possession. After that, you would now go to court to enforce your right to recover possession, and then the court will give you an order that you can actually now throw them out with their property. They'll probably give you a court sheriff or a court officer, you know, to go and enforce that and throw the people out, or, you know, bring out their goods in case they are no longer available. So, but that's the process. So we wrote them 6 months. It was, in short, none of them paid up, or, you know, tried to do the needful. And then it was about, I think another person came. He was one that was telling us about how nice the landlord was, and then he negotiated. He told us to give him some time, that he was going to pay or something. But none of them did the needful, in short. And then the landlord was on our neck. You know, he would come to the office. I remember he came to the office, and it was particular because my principal literally handed the matter to me. So he came to the office and was making it look like I wasn't doing what I was supposed to do. That why is he dragging like that? Why am I being too gentle with them? Essentially, they did not move out, and they did not pay up. And then we had to write them. After 6 months, we wrote them the notice of owner's intention to recover possession. And I guess that was when they realized that this is serious. And so one of them came. The one I want to talk about exactly was one of them, the one that I want to talk about today. He came. I remember that day I had gone out of office to do something else. So I came in, I met him at the reception. I went into my principal to give her a report for what I went for. And she was like, your client is at the reception. I said, okay. So I went back. I went to see the man, and we started talking. And then, if they've given you 2 notices, you should be talking about paying up. That's my view. But you're here talking about how to extend your stay. The man came and he knelt down. Like, what is kneeling down supposed to do? Am I your landlord? I'm an agent of the landlord as far as I'm concerned. You are responsible to the landlord. I'm also responsible to the landlord. Landlord has given me a brief to eject you. You have the responsibility to pay your landlord. So don't be kneeling to me. Go and kneel to your landlord. That's not what I said. When he knelt, when we started talking, I asked him if he wanted to pay and how much he was willing to. Let's work out your payment schedule and all of that. But he wasn't interested. I was just interested in extending his stay. So he knelt down. I should please, so I beg you and all of that. I say, okay, old man, you're kneeling down for me. This is Africa. You know what that means. I knelt down too. Yes, let's be kneeling down for each other. Let's kneel each other out. So I knelt down in front of him to kneel. Let's be looking at each other. He was like, no, barrister. I said, sir, if you don't stand up, me too, I'll not stand up. Oh. We're looking at each other. So eventually he got up, I got up. So then the next shot, he said his wife is the landlord's kinswoman rather, like the landlord's sister, older sister knew that. I suppose that the landlord had the family had a fleet of houses, so that particular one was, I think it was given to my client, who was now their landlord. The landlord's son, who is now their landlord, was given to him out of maybe the fleets of houses. So he was telling me that his older sister knew that his own wife, the tenant's wife, and they were kings women or kings. They were kings, like they came from the same place. That's what he was trying to say. So I said, okay, have you explored that option? If you think that because you and someone came from the same place, you shouldn't pay rent, why not go and present that fact to them? Why are you presenting it to me, the lawyer? So I asked him, I said, have you explored that option with them? He said no. Have you spoken to your landlord? He said he spoke to him recently, and then the man told him to go and meet the lawyer. Why wouldn't he say that? You're living in the same house with this man. You had 6 months notice. You didn't go and approach him that Oga landlord or so and so, this and that too. Like, why are people like this? Like, what do you think would happen? Will the law protect you against the landlord who has actually spent money, building and maintaining his property? The law will protect both sides. The point, what the law tries to do is to ensure that one person is not, being wicked or lording it over the other person, but that you will not do what you're supposed to do. The law will not do that for you. So eventually, it was nothing I could do for him. I told him, all you need to do is to go and find the money. Even if you're paying part now, you're giving us a promise that you're going to pay so and so later. Or go and appeal to your landlord. Because after these 7 days, we're taking you to court. That's our brief. Eventually, he left. My people, somebody that came begging, kneeling down, you would think that Nigerians are very nice and peaceful and holy and, they are amicable. They are after amicable settlement. The next thing we heard from his lawyers. He went to retain a lawyer to contend the notice that we gave to him. Can you imagine that? The lawyer came to our office because he was a junior lawyer, so he did us the honor of coming to our office, to see us. So, and then he wanted to be all legal on us, trying to say, oh, this notice is. What did I learn from that? Eventually, we were able to, eventually they started paying up actually. And it was like they formed an alliance of tenants against their landlord. And what you should never forget as a tenant, wherever you are, is that your tenancy is to the landlord. it is an individual tenancy. Do not start forming an alliance with people that you met on the property, or people that came and met you on the property who are also tenants. Don't start forming an alliance with them against your landlord, because at the end of the day, it's a contract between you and the landlord. They also have a contract with them and the landlord. So it's individual contracts. There's no alliance, no association of tenants in this situation. Don't even get it twisted. So that's one thing that I thought I would point out, to people who are tenants. And to people who are landlords, please, business separate, pleasure separate. If the man had retained the services of a lawyer at the beginning, or an agent even, to manage the property, they would know that, oh, our landlord is nice and everything. We can go to his house and watch matches and everything, but our rent will pay to an agent. He does not meddle in it. But because he was handling it on his own, which is not completely out of place, they felt that, oh, since it's nice, the niceness would extend to that payment too. So essentially, I feel like maybe they wanted him to just forfeit the payment. Like, you want to be living on someone's property for free just because the father that rented it to you is late. It's not done. If you're a tenant today, you should always think of when you become a landlord, and do to your landlord what you would want people to do to you, your tenants to do to you. And if you're a landlord, if you've ever been a tenant, you think about that time, and then you deal with your tenants with consideration, with respect, but you must set the boundaries. A tenant is a tenant, a landlord is a landlord. When you are friends, it's different from when they're supposed to do their duty. If you have a responsibility to your tenant to provide any amenities or facilities on the property, you do it, and within time. And if you're a tenant, you have a responsibility to pay your landlord rent, utilities, or anything. You pay it. There was even some arguments about utilities. Some of them were saying, oh, how much are we owing? Are we supposed to pay this? Are we supposed to pay that? The landlord was saying a different thing. They were saying a different thing. So that's the importance of getting a lawyer to manage your property. Everything will be set and cast in stone. So each person will know, we will delimit, the functions and the responsibilities of each person. Tenants will know that this is our function. They will know that this is the lawyer's function, this is the agent's function, this is the property manager's function, and each person will do their own function. And even if you're smiling and you're laughing with your tenants in your house, which should be, the norm, they would not take it for granted. They will not take their sacrifice beyond the mosque, like my people say around here. So that's the gist for today. So let me know in the comment section, what do you think? Why was he kneeling down? You need that for me. Oga, Epa, I need that for you too. Maybe we need each other out, because this matter no concern me. Now between your landlord and you, may I just be mediator, trying to do what is best for both of you within the bounds of what is reasonable and the law. So that's it. So if you're a tenant, or if you are involved in any matter, that the other parties has involved the lawyer, like their landlord involved us, you need to understand that lawyers are human beings like you too. There's no point trying to, make them. There's no point trying to force their hands into what you know that they shouldn't do. What do you want me to do for you in that situation? If your landlord has, come to me like, help me recover my rent and put these people out of my property. But what I'm saying is that if you are a tenant, you need to understand that, or a landlord, you need to understand that there's a place for the law in all your relations, and you must respect the law, and the law will only do what is right by each party. So you don't try to, to capitalize on the fact that, oh, it's my landlord, oh, it's a nice person, it's my kinsman, it's my kinswoman. Oh, I will kneel down and the lawyer will pity me. I will shed tears and the lawyers will pity. I've told you on this channel that, clients don't love you. They love what you do for them. The same thing, the people that the clients are fighting, they don't love you. They just want what is best for them. What should I have done in that situation? It was just like, Yoruba people call it isolenu, ofesomilenu. Then kneel down, siwaju. Daddy, there's nothing I can do in this matter. I apologize. It's not my fault. My hands are very clean. So sort it out with your landlord. Try to appeal to the landlord, or try to appeal to the sister who you say is your wife's kinswoman. It's very easy. There's no need to complicate these things. So eventually you know, they started to pay up. You know, what happened was that I think eventually one of them, I think maybe the person that was doing the kind of supervisory authority over the tenants in their ungodly alliance against their landlord, I think the person now moved out, or the person paid, or something happened. So they started to pay up gradually. You know, another one came to see us, you know, and then we were able to sort each person's bill. This is your rent, this is your utilities in arrears that you're supposed to pay. And then they started paying, and you know, that was how we sorted that issue. And we did not eventually take them to court. It is not any good lawyer, it is not their joy to take a tenant to court. We all know how the country is. In fact, some of the lawyers that you see are also tenants somewhere. I mean, if you go to the market, you won't tell them, give me those vegetables, or give me that yam flour, that bag of yam flour. I will come and pay you when I please. Or you won't go and smile at them and then go. So you should carry the same mindset into your tenant landlord relations and put yourself in each other's shoes, as I have said earlier. So let me know what you think in the comment section. That's the gist I have for you today. Did you see that? That was like hot gist. So we knelt each other out, and then we got up, and then we reached a conclusion, and then he left and went to reserve the services of another lawyer who also came, and with whom we were able to sort things out. And before he left that day, you could understand that in fact his client had not, you know, he had misrepresented the facts to them. He didn't tell them the exact story. So when the lawyer came to us, we were able to tell him the full story, and then he was even apologizing on the man's behalf, saying that, oh, the man is his principal's friend, and you know, the principal is just doing it pro bono, you know, because probably he thought that, oh, I also have a lawyer friend, I'll deal with you people. So he went to tell them half story, or you know, tell them, you know, a piece of the story. But eventually we were able to iron things out with our colleague, and we were able to do right by their landlord. So that's the gist for today. Please subscribe to my channel, like my videos, leave me comments in the comment section, and I will see you in my next video. Toodles.